trick for you for this Christmas season. I work with a lot of people throughout my job, and I've heard a lot of you say that you don't make hardtack candy anymore for a number of reasons. Because it's hard for you to use the scissors now that you used to use, or you don't go fast enough to break the candy before it's too late, or you don't have the help that you used to have. So I'm going to show you some tricks to make your hardtack candy making easier, so that maybe you can make some fun gifts for your family this year. So what you're going to need is some powdered sugar, whatever your favorite powdered sugar is, some regular granulated sugar, whatever brand is your favorite, light corn syrup, 1 cup of water, a food coloring of your favorite, whatever goes with the flavors that you're going to make, and these little Lorian candy making oils. You can find these in the supermarket, and if they have a candy making section, our local grocery store here. You have to go to the pharmacy and you ask for them at the pharmacy. And you're going to need a thermometer, whatever your favorite thermometer is, as long as it reaches up to at least 295 degrees. I had one of my other thermometers in my hand this morning, and it only went up to 220. If you have a candy making thermometer that gives you the candy making stages on it, those are ideal, but as long as you know what temperature you're trying to reach, any thermometer that will reach up to at least 295 or even a little more will be sufficient. This thermometer will get up to 400 degrees, so it's plenty for what we need for today. So the first thing that you're going to need is 3 cups of sugar, and you can just measure straight into the pan that you're going to make this in on the stove. So just make sure that you fill your cup level all the way to the top for your measuring cup. There's 1, 2, 3, and then you need 1 cup of your light corn syrup. And I got a little spatula out to be able to scrape all of the corn syrupy goodness right out of the cup. I'm going to dump that right in with the sugar. Scrape it out. And you might have your favorite hardtack candy recipe that you already use. And that's great. This trick that I'm going to show you will work with whatever hardtack candy recipe you already use. Okay, so we have our 3 cups of sugar and our 1 cup of corn syrup. And now I'm going to add 1 cup of water. I'm going to mix that all together. Just until the sugar is dissolved. And then I'm going to put it on this burner that I already have warm for us right here. And we're going to wait until this gets up to 290 degrees or 295 degrees. Either one works really well. And we'll be back with you as soon as it reaches temperature. All right, while we're waiting for our sugar mixture to get up to temperature, I am going to show you what our special hardtack candy making trick is that's going to make this so much easier for you that you'll be able to make your hardtack candy for your family this year. So I'm going to take the bag of powdered sugar and I'm going to use my favorite baking sheet. This is a jelly roll pan. This is my favorite jelly roll pan. I inherited this pan from my grandmother in 1999. So it gets a lot of use. I'm just gonna pour the powdered sugar, no set amount, however much you like, right into the pan. And I am going to just spread that out into the pan. And it doesn't look like I have quite enough, so I am going to add a little bit more, just so that I have a nice kind of thick layer of the powdered sugar in the pan. Are you ready for our trick? Here we go. What we're going to do is we are going to take this powdered sugar and we are going to make tunnels in the sugar, or in the powdered sugar, that we are going to pour our hot candy mixture in. So watch this. We're going to take our finger and just come up and make a path, and we're just going to come right around and go right back in. If you don't want to use your finger, you can always use the handle of a wooden spoon to make your tunnels. The handle of the wooden spoon will make them a little bit more narrow. And we go up and back. Until we've got the whole pan. And this Jelly Roll pan is one of my favorites because it is the perfect size for the whole batch of the hard Tack candy mixture. I learned this trick when I was in high school from a friend of mine who learned this from their grandmother. And it has always been our favorite. All right, so there's your trick. You can see you've got the lines of powdered sugar right there, and as soon as our candy mixture is ready, when it's hot, we're gonna get that straight into those tunnels. Okay, so I think we're just about here. Let's double check. So we're at 287, 88, 89. Okay, so we've reached our 290 at least, between 290 and 295. And what I'm gonna do right now before I take it off the heat is add some of my food coloring, so that the food coloring doesn't take the temperature down too much. And you can add as much as you like to get the color that's your favorite. I'm making lemon, so I am going to add some yellow food coloring here. All right, let's turn that heat off. Now that I have it off of the heat, I'm going to add some of my flavoring oil. Make sure that you use the candy flavoring oil. Extract or anything like that is just not going to hold up to the flavor very well. I'm starting with a ½ teaspoon of the flavoring, and you can usually tell by the smell. That's really powerful. You can usually tell by the smell when you got enough of the flavoring in there. All right, get the lid on that so I don't knock it over and spill. Okay, so you can see we've got a beautiful yellow candy here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour this straight into our tunnels. So we're gonna go real careful and we'll pour and go straight up and down. And you can see that the candy is staying right in the little path that we made for it. And it's okay if it runs over a little bit. Oh, we missed a little spot right there. Got some more candy in here. All right, so now we'll show you in a few minutes, as soon as it cools, how this trick helps make your hardtack candy so much easier. Okay, so I think that that our candy is just about ready. It looks like it's pretty firm. I want to show you one more trick. I'm going to put these in a Ziploc bag when I'm finished with them. You could use a bowl with the lid or a Ziploc bag, anything that seals tightly while you're making your hardtack candy to keep it fresh. This trick I like is to hold the bag up steady for me. I like to take a pitcher or a bowl or a really big cup, something that's gonna hold that bag for me. Then I don't have to worry about the bag tipping over and spilling. It's all just right there for me. All right, so let's look at this candy. What do we got? Oh, look at that. It's perfect. It's pulling right up, and the little pieces just break right off. They break super, super fast. And you can just put them straight into your Ziploc bag. It's not hard on your fingers. It's not hot. It's not burning my fingers. It's not difficult on my joints. I'm getting nice sized pieces of candy. You can reach in a little further and make them bigger if you want. Whatever size pieces of candy that you like. They're already coated in the powdered sugar from being on the baking sheet. Sometimes if it's not quite ready to break, it'll be a little bit soft, and you just wait 4 or 5 seconds. And you can make those pieces bigger if you want, smaller if you want, whatever is your favorite, whatever you like to put in your gift bags for your family. It'll be a perfect gift to give to your family this Christmas. Since we can't do a whole lot of candy making and things together, this is something that you can do by yourself now with these tricks. I hope that you take the time to try this out. Okay, so now that you've made your hardtack candy, we have one flavor done, and you can zip that up in your Ziploc bag. You've got your tray of powdered sugar here, and you can just continue on with your tray of powdered sugar for all the other flavors that you want. If you plan on making hardtack candy another time, you can just put this powdered sugar in a resealable container like a Tupperware, and just use the same powdered sugar whenever you want to make a hardtack candy. All right, I hope that these tips and tricks help you out a little bit. Merry Christmas.